Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. So with the baseball season hopefully starting up here in the next couple of weeks, I've gotten a lot of questions recently, and so we're going to look at answering all of your questions for what the 2020 season will entail. Okay, so Anthony Castrovince of MLB.com answers a bunch of these questions that I've been getting lately. First one is, when does the season start? I think most of us know this already, but it's after the July 1st report date and an abbreviated camp. The regular season is anticipated to begin on July 23rd through 24th. How many games will be played? MLB has submitted a proposed 60-game schedule to the MLBPA to review. It has not yet been finalized. To limit travel distances, teams would play the majority of games against their division opponents and the rest against their geographic counterpart in the other league. In other words, AL East versus NL East, AL Central versus NL Central, AL West versus NL West. What is the postseason format? The same it has been since 2012. 5 playoff teams from each league, 3 division winners, 2 wildcard winners, and the winner of the wildcard game in the AL and NL advance to a best-of-5 division series against a top division winner. The League Championship Series and World Series remain best of 7. So we almost had an expanded playoffs, but we did not get it when both sides could not come together on an agreement. Will the designated hitter be used in both leagues? Yes, though the universal DH for both 2020 and 2021 was part of a proposal rejected by the players, it remains a piece of the 2020 health and safety protocols. With an abbreviated second spring training, an effort is being made not to overtax pitchers by having them hit. So for now, it is possible that the NL could return to its traditional rules with pitchers hitting again in 2021. I just made a video about this a few days ago saying that I'm actually in favor of the universal DH. I know a lot of people are not. If you want to check that out, just go back a couple days ago. Where will camps take place? Most clubs are expected to conduct training at the ballparks in their home cities, not their spring training facilities. Will there still be a trade deadline? Yes, but instead of July 31st, it will be August 31st. Players must be on a club's roster by September 15th in order to be eligible for postseason play. So this will be interesting this year. The season starts, you basically could play like a month with your team and then get traded, play another month with another team, and then play in the playoffs. What will the rosters look like? To help ease players into competition, each club will have a 30-man roster for the first 2 weeks, 28 for the next 2 weeks, and 26 for the remainder of the season. Teams will submit lists of 60 players eligible to play in 2020, the 40-man roster plus a taxi squad of 20 players. Will there be any in-game rule changes? With a tight schedule and a desire to limit time on the field, the minor league rule for extra innings will be in effect. That means every half inning after the 9th will begin with the runner on second base. The designated runner would be the player who made the final out in the prior half inning, or a pinch runner for that player. And the pitcher would not be charged with an earned run if that runner scores. It would be scored as if the runner had reached on an error. Please note that this rule is only in place for 2020 and only in effect for the regular season. Extra innings in the postseason would not begin with a runner on second. And I'm actually making a video right now. I think I'll probably throw it up tomorrow on this rule change. I know a lot of people are not happy with it. You'll see my opinion tomorrow. Anything else related to gameplay I should know? Yes, a few things to note. Position players pitching. There was supposed to be a new restriction for 2020 that said position players could only pitch if the game was in extra innings or their team was ahead or trailing by more than 6 runs. There will be no such requirement for this season. 3-batter minimum. This is an off-season rule change for 2020 that will remain. Relievers who enter the game must face at least 3 batters or finish an inning before being removed, with exceptions for injury or illness. Again, I know a lot of people are not huge fans of this rule either. I'm not a super fan of it, but I don't think it'll be terrible. I think it'll be annoying for managers trying to strategize, but I think we'll all be okay. Suspended games. If a game gets cut short due to weather before it becomes official, less than 5 innings, it will be continued at a later date rather than started from scratch. Okay, what protocols will be in place to prevent the spread of COVID-19? Among the most pertinent measures are as follows. Players, coaches, and support staff will be tested for COVID-19 every other day during spring training, the regular season, and postseason. Players will receive temperature symptom checks twice per day, Antibody testing will be conducted once per month. Social distancing will be encouraged as much as possible, both on the field and off. Players and other team personnel not participating in the game will be sitting in the stands at least 6 feet apart. That'll be interesting. That'll look a little weird, but I guess playing a baseball game without high fives, spitting, fans, that'll probably fit right in, I guess. Non-playing personnel must wear masks in the dugout and bullpen at all times. No pregame exchange of lineup cards. No celebratory contact, high fives, fist bumps, hugs, etc. No spitting or chewing of tobacco and or sunflower seeds. Chewing gum is allowed. A ball will be thrown out once it has been touched by multiple players. I still don't understand that. That's every play. But it's going to be a lot of baseballs, a lot of money for Major League Baseball. Fights are strictly prohibited. Now, this one's funny. If you really piss somebody off, I don't think they're going to listen. If they get pissed, I think they're charging the mound. I don't think players are not going to. I mean, every single time anything happens, the bench is clear, the bullpen's clear. What is going to be the punishment for this if this happens? You suspend the entire team? I guess they're going to get fined. You better fine them a lot because I'm interested to see how this one's going to work. What happens if a player tests positive for COVID-19? There will be a COVID-19 related injury list with no minimum or maximum length of placement. A player may be placed on that list based on a positive COVID-19 test or confirmed exposure, or if a player exhibits symptoms requiring self-isolation for further assessment. Any player who tests positive will not be allowed to return until he tests negative twice. What about the regular injured list? Rather than a 10-day injured list for position players and 15-day injured list for pitchers, there will be a 10-day injured list for all players in the shortened season. The 60-day injured list will be reduced to 45 days. And lastly, what if there is a COVID-19 outbreak in a team's city? MLB has the right to relocate teams in the regular season and postseason to neutral sites for health and safety reasons. Now, there's a bunch of states right now, especially down in the south, Florida, Texas, Arizona, that are experiencing really high rises in coronavirus cases. And so it'll be interesting what happens to teams in those states as we go forward. So that's all we got. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Thank you to our patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel, and we'll talk to you later.